To be or not to be? That is the question. To be or not to be? That is the question. To be or not to be? That is the question. To be or not to be? That is the question. To be or not to be? That is the question. To be or not to be? That is the question. Hi, my name is Christopher Stevenson. Welcome back to First Light, and we're starting off Shakespeare. And what way is this, I guess? Let me just show off what I've gathered on Shakespeare, and I'm just gonna dilly-dally or nilly-nally, but right now, let me say one of my thoughts on Shakespeare. Any type of literature, any type of thing, usually I'm an origin guy, so I like grasping on the bigger picture. I like seeing things, and Shakespeare has a very valid point on seeing the bigger picture. It is letting all your content, all your drama, all of that, the feeling. I don't know how to say any more about that, but it's very genuine, I could say. There are a few steps that you must take on how to make William Shakespeare's little sonnets and other things. We'll be running off those in these course of videos. I'm probably just going to make 2 parts of it, maybe 3 parts. I'm not too sure. Let's see how this goes. But this is very exciting because right now, let's get you started on making like Shakespeare, making something. What I wanted to do, what I prefer to do is like creating the story, something of your own word, something that you would only say. And that feeling creates something, bit of a whole, bit of a nature. I don't know, but I kind of, first what I did, I created my own version of a story in my own perspective, like a first person's perspective, of how I would say in a play, of how I would do things and yearn. And some words can be very undermining or not quite what you get, but that feeling, your feeling is real. Feeling is so much beyond. And the origin point of that is basically what I'm just said, feeling. To me, feeling is the absolute most real that you could ever venture at all. When I look back on Shakespeare, when I look back on that, I can feel so much about it. It doesn't matter how many words they said, it's the feeling that you get out of it that really impacts you. And it's one of the reasons why I'm doing Shakespeare right now. And I kind of want to emphasize for myself too of how dramatic or how inspiring I can be to other people, to have a good vast storyline of a fireplace and me just saying around. I would like that very much one day if I ever continue doing Shakespeare, of course, or if I ever have people to talk to about it. It's gonna be pretty exciting. Maybe I do a little experiment or camp or anything like that. Not experiment on a camp or anything like that. It's gonna be a bit weird, but just have a bit of fun with it in a good way. It's really nice today. I just gotta say, I went out, just took a quick run, and it was very nice. I love it. Let's get back to Shakespeare. What you need to know is about iambic pentameter, sonnets, references. I'm gonna be posting out references from Shakespeare, and then I have some of my favorites too. A lot of my favorites too, because Shakespeare is very, very touching to me, I guess. I don't know. It could be very wild sometimes, but it's very exquisite. I watched Hamlet. I read and I watched Hamlet for my English. My English teachers really was profound on teaching us this, and it really stuck by me. I read Pride and Prejudice. Man, that was gosh. Ooh, that really run my heart pretty hard. But Hamlet, on the other hand, really, I feel him really much. I don't know what else to say about it. Tips and tricks. Let's see. Little Henry the Gold, dramas, magic and stuff. You want to give it like a a fantasy, say a dream, say something that really impacts you, like magic, or death, or romance, or anything that really has a good stronghold towards life. What really impacts your life into the way that you are right now? And I like to reclapse the past. Say something that is really truthful, something that is a fact into your heart, and that really falls into place. Hold on that real quick, and those vast majorities will soon fly by sooner than you quicker. Trample on words. And iambic parameter. This was really interesting to me because iambic parameter is like a heartbeat, a rhythm. It goes down the heartbeat. Thou, my Romeo, O thou, thy fate, thy trust. Rambles of words that I forgotten. I was trying to recite Romeo and Juliet. I read one of their sites. I really liked theirs because it was a truth to be wise. It was something to question the authority, but really grasp on the thought. And a bit tricky with papers and stuff. I'm really sorry that I didn't get the chance to send this off later in time, or sooner. But I left my work, and plus I was going over and over and doing all that. If you saw from my, oh my gosh, for my latest video, you will see why. I tried to do my best in every way that possible, but hopefully by summer and by eventually next year or over all those little problems, little tinker tickers that I need to fix by will soon pass over, and we'll have a clean slate. Well, more or less. Iambic parameter, heartbeat rhythms, Spirit, Holy Spirit, faith, prayer, body, hold. You know, the thing about it is that sometimes words can mean meaningless things, and sometimes they can mean so much. As what we say as actions become, how those actions betrayed us, in what ways do we see by faith, by trust, by self. Just something like, it's just in my head. Sometimes things in my head rambles, and I tend to speak out, and those words don't mean anything to me, but they feel so much so. They have like a stepping stone, and I can see that in Shakespeare too. But expand Shakespeare, sonnets, poems of 9 lines. Yeah, there's a little alphabet to it. A B, C D, E F, G. I don't know what I did there, but because of past tense stuff that I just don't want to recope, I guess. I guess prison for odds of men can be break as can see simplest seas pressed with passion. Sonnet shall I compassion of surprise. I'm just reading off a bit of notes. It's a bit weird because if you really look at, because one line equals 10 syllables or 5 IMs, and that goes over to one syllable plus one syllable. Yeah, it's still a piece of work to make through, but eventually that piece of work takes time, and it molds something so beautiful that you can't comprehend to say anything else about it. It's just simply what it is. If you just saw me a little tilted because I saw one of my notifications popped up and it was saying about that. So prose and verse. You want to kind of distinctly do prose and verse. Verse is poetry and prose are just plain speaking. Just say pretty much just plain English, good literature speaking, I guess. Something like specific. Wood is thy lust, thy faith, in what ways do we see forth? I'm not sure. I'm just kind of rambling a bit. But famous in yours, not strand prose. Prose and much first rhythm, verse something, rhythm and poetry. You know, if you ever looked at my Instagram, maybe I'll post up my Instagram so you can see some of my poetry. I kind of did a little bit explicit about poetry because really I really didn't know how to speak words or how to say phrases. In what ways do we know how to take part? Uh, but it means a lot to me when I say these words. When I use poetry, when I use these things, it means more than I can ever meet. And sometimes it makes me cry. Sometimes it does that. And I really like that. It's one of the things I really enjoy about life. It's one of the things that that I want to show to other people, to make them feel. One line. Yeah, one line. What's that? And they're all separate. A, B, C, D, the little things that I just said. But the rhythm, let's try something. Slope lines determine slopes. Lines that big, object, mileage is line practice. No imagination, reference from something. There's just other notes that I've taken. Maybe have a bit of ramble of words. But I want to show you a little bit of my sort of lines. Like, kind of plain speaking is out of terms of what I'm a bit of a story in my departure. Right now I'm on plain speaking, so when I was writing a story, when I was trying to make it broad, I wasn't just saying it out of context, but I was saying it out of purpose. And I'm just gonna ramble a little bit about like the first part. I'm probably gonna do a little bit of I am going to do a bit of a story of my own, like a fact about myself. And I hope that you feel what I feel about my persistence or my je ne sais quoi, I guess. I never used that word. I hardly did, but it was great. I used it good. Why do I always keep laughing like that? No, now you push the fifth. And these are just some of my notes. I was trying to say what I love to put: silly, love, romance, death, annoying, and your sucker. There's a lot of factors in my life that presented itself, and it was really impacting to me. It helped me get along through things and helped me learn to push myself even further. But I'm just going to say a few lines, probably at the first... But at a first perspective, when I was trying to do was the first perspective, let me just run off of the few lines. Till every moment came to peril and left with choice, that he thought he had a choice to live, a choice to be happy. It's the way he chooses his path, his entire world was open like a paint. And I finally smiled, like, my gosh, what had got into me. Not knowing the outcome, he pushed and pushed to be better. As every day was pursuing, he found more and more simply better ways to become the person he is destined to be. As he still kept looking, he found new ways to simply be the best. He found something surprising, never thought in a boy's life he would find something so remarkable. If he was looking at himself, but something much more as simply was stood. The young boy did not know what this meant, but he knew what he felt. He kept his journey pushed strong, and there were some breaking points and hard challenges, but no matter the case, the young boy finally made it. This is pretty much a plain speaking out of tone at first perspective. I'm trying to put it out of context with my own perspective as a third person, or not necessarily first person perspective. It's just pretty much my beginning of life, how I noticed things at the first of a start when I was entrenched with fear and more or less, I guess, darkness, or not necessarily darkness, but like groundbreaking or staggering at events that led to challenges that pursued on me, and as those things followed, I never given up, even after those little challenges have passed. Even those things, even though I drowned myself in fear, I've drowned myself with other things, it never give me the slightest thought to ever give up. And and I'm gonna be talking more about my story about it, and a very broad literature that I'm really trying to do, and hopefully by the end of the week I will get that nailed on, firm as steady. So hold your horses for the next event on the upcoming video. and I should leave this off right now. My mom's birthday is just tomorrow. I'm gonna make some choco flan. It's gonna be hoping fantastic. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, maybe I'm remembering this off from my presentations from school. Maybe I kind of missed that. I kind of do. But if I was about to say something, so I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let it pass. I'm going to let it just slip aside. Just dilly-dally. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one.